And now it's time for Houston's hottest relationship advice talk show, Love in Black with Tory and Teri. This show is sponsored in part by Gracie's on Kirby in Houston, Texas, and the Carrabba's Family Restaurants. And now your hosts, Tory and Teri.
Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri.
Hey there. How you doing, honey?
I'm good, baby. Is that my shirt you got on?
Yeah, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Anyway, welcome, my beautiful people. As always, we cannot wait to get into the studio to talk to you and to read your letters and just let you know how much we appreciate you. Okay, so this is the thing, you guys. Yes, I'm wearing your shirt. So
And I'm going to have boob prints all in my shirts.
really?
So.
So, I don't know. I've always been this guy. I used to wear my dad's shirts and I used to get in trouble for it. But I couldn't find anything to wear. And I thought, I want to wear one of his shirts. I'll just kind of pick that. And so I know how to rock a man's shirt. And I mean, we all, this is my husband. What's his is mine, right? So, yeah.
My boobs
No,
too.
for real. Would you stop? What do you think? Like, really?
It looks good.
I think it's spring, the colors.
It looks good on you.
Amen. Tell them what's going on.
Anyway, hey guys, we just want to thank you guys again for all your support. We want to thank you for always as well supporting our sponsors. So let's hit it off. We want you guys to dine with Gracie's Restaurant. They're right there on Kirby Drive in Houston. We also want you to shop for your evening gowns and those quinceañera. I misspelled it again. Prom dresses, yeah.
Gowns.
All that good stuff at Velencia Couture, which is on Harwin Drive in Houston as well. And those that are like-minded in the Christian faith and all, especially being community, serving in the community.
Yeah.
We got Black Christian influencers.
Awareness, baby. Awareness. Yes, Black Christian influencers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Finally, for your personalized fine jewelry. Yes. Fine, beautiful jewelry. For those needs, go to Gulf Coast Jewelz. You can reach them at Shop Jewelz on social media.
Speaking of Gulf Coast Jewelz, they are our special studio guests today, and we will introduce them again to you guys once we return. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
They're here, y'all.
Hey, what's up, family? This is KG Smooth, and you're listening to Love in Black with Tory and Teri right here on Praise 92.1.
Hey, I think we need to talk.
Whenever you say we need to talk, it's always something about me.
No, it's about us.
Here we go again. Same-ish, different day.
All right then. Are you having trouble communicating? I Forever Will Christian Marriage Counseling has helped many couples overcome these challenges and many others. Contact us today at iforeverwill.com or call us at 346-349-6441. And now, back to Houston's hottest relationship advice talk show, Love in Black with Tory and Teri. This episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri is brought to you by Gracie's Restaurant on Kirby Drive and the Carrabba's Family of Restaurants. If you would like to be a guest, sponsor, or advertise, contact us at info@loveandblackwithtoryandterry.com.
Hey, and welcome back to Love in Black with Tory and Teri. Hey guys, remember, for all your relationship, marriage, and family counseling needs, just go to our website at iforeverwill.com, complete the consultation form. And while you're there, if you also want to be a guest, advertiser, or sponsor on our show, all you got to do is click the radio tab and fill out the form there, and we will receive it. Right?
Amen.
Yeah.
Listen, today we are discussing a trend that had taken place globally over the past 2 years. COVID marriages, y'all.
Ooh.
So many people, a lot of whom we speak with on a daily basis, have met online, dated, the dating app, online, the various dating apps, hooked up, and a lot of them got married, and now marriages are falling apart. Right, David?
Yeah, so sad, but it is true. But we have been there to pick up the fallen pieces, and we have been able to provide counseling to a lot of these couples that have been going through that. And it's kind of sad in the sense that we were, as most of you guys know our story, we met on Facebook, and several years later we're still in the game and thriving. And it's for some people, because we counsel some people that actually met online through different dating apps and all.
Right.
Yeah. But I think with the COVID thing, it was more so maybe out of loneliness, maybe out of convenience and things like that. But we're going to get into that. Yeah, right now, we told you guys we have our special guest, Brian and Velencia Mason from Gulf Coast Jewelz. And you can reach them at Shop GC Jewelz and that's on IG, right?
Yeah, IG and Facebook.
On IG and Facebook.
Tell people hello.
What's going on, family?
I know, right? We get to come back in for a second run. They must love us.
I know, right? We do love you guys.
We're definitely gonna have you back.
Anyway, so for our audience that weren't here for the last show, tell them, give them a Reader's Digest version, who you guys are and what you got.
Yeah, well, of course, we're a Black-owned jewelry company, Gulf Coast Jewelz. For everybody out there that didn't see us the last time we were here, we love working with these two. They're a fantastic couple.
Thank you. You guys too.
When it comes to our business, we pride ourselves in personalization. So that's just what we do. We try to personalize, whether it's a necklace, whether it's a set of beads, even a grill or a wedding band.
So I get Tory do it all. Across my teeth.
Oh man, I got you.
I ain't gonna do that. But anyway, but y'all get the point.
Yeah, but we pride ourselves in personalization.
Okay.
So you get an experience when you're doing business with us. So it doesn't matter how much you're doing with us, whether it's a set of beads or whether it's an engagement ring. We try to give you the best experience and personalize your jewelry, your piece to your personality.
Cool. Now, we played your commercial, but for those that didn't hear the commercial, just tuning in, tell them how to reach you.
Of course, as everyone knows, and as you should know, to reach us at Shop GC Jewelz on Instagram and Facebook. Also, you can reach us online at gcjewelz.com.
Awesome.
Beautiful pieces.
So look, today we are talking about COVID marriages, and we kind of started it off at the intro there, but when we talk about marriages, we talk about that feeling, that joyous feeling, that we want it to be the only time that we're doing this in life and everything, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that, right?
Yeah.
It's true. And however, when the intimacy and the reality of life set in, it really, really challenges marriages. And it's just, I don't know, it's like the most that people are unable to, they're unable to adjust to life, living together in the same space. It just becomes a whole overall challenge altogether. Yeah. It's tough.
And unfortunately, so those of you that follow us and all, you guys remember, once Texas, that night we did our last radio show, we were on another station, and we did our last radio show in the studio before we had to switch over to the home. And during that segment, we had so many calls and emails. Matter of fact, by the time the show was over, we had 156 contacts, and then after midnight that night, there were over 1,100 requests for counseling. It was 1,200. There was about 1,200 requests for counseling, and that was at the beginning of the pandemic, right? And these were from married couples that have been married for years, right? That were like, okay, and ironic part of it was that they weren't even in Houston. They were just from pretty much New York, New Jersey. Those areas that had already started the lockdowns and all. And so we were counseling them. Now, in the last few months, we've been counseling a whole different group. And these are people that actually got married during COVID, met online, met on, www.hookup.com, whatever it is. And now they're facing all of these challenges, right? Do you guys know anyone that got married during COVID or started a relationship at least?
I cannot recall right now. I really can't. I do know I have a cousin that got married right around COVID, but they had been together so long, I wouldn't even count that as a COVID marriage. Right. Yeah, they known each other for probably 8 to 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, we're gonna quarantine together.
Yeah. So of course we've been, when we counsel our counselees, one of the first things that we want to know is, hey, what's your love story? How'd you guys meet, right? And like I said, we've been picking up on this trend for the last several months now, and a lot of it has to do with, we were quarantined together, or we met on Facebook, or we met on this site, or whatever site it was, right? And some people travel cross country to move in together. Some people move across the city. Some people move from next door to next door. Yeah. Whatever the case was, right? But we identified some common trends from this, and the most And even without COVID, this is always our number one issue. Communication. Yeah. Communication, always.
Because everything seems to boil down to that once you start to peel back the layers. It's always communication.
Yeah. And, and they're not communicating. One, first of all, they don't know each other. Right.
That's true.
And by not knowing each other or getting to know each other before deciding to get married, your communication is already going to be off in a normal relationship. So you can imagine somebody, getting married and all. And what I found kind of funny, and I ain't down in my brothers at all, but what I find kind of funny about this whole thing is brothers, some cats been with their woman for years and don't even marry, and they'll go to their grave without marrying. But all of a sudden the pandemic hit, and then we got to get married, right? Any thoughts on that?
Well,
yeah, you guys go ahead. You're our guest. I don't want to.
I mean, sometimes it's a mind thing, right? So like, even for the two of you guys, you knew that's who you wanted.
Well, we were intentional. We had a whole different plan and everything when we met. And, so our story's a little bit different.
Okay. Yeah, I want to hear what your angle is, though. Where you going, Brian?
Well, where I'm going is it's like the mindset. It's like if I already had a cake and I'm not married, then why get married? But then I get married and now I have to deal with the everyday, all day, even during COVID. And that's not really what I wanted. Yeah. I wanted more of the homie kind of relationship, not necessarily the
because we brought some joy to each other, because of this COVID thing. We didn't know what was going to happen. So that's why I said earlier about convenience, marriage of convenience.
Yeah.
So, and some people, believe it or not, did it for health benefits.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean,
whatever the reasons may be, they're starting to unravel, right? And like we said, there's various reasons. My husband and I have encountered that, they're not on the same page. A lot of people got intimate, but didn't get to know somebody intimately. And so with
Good
that,
point.
and it's the truth. I mean, there's blended families that were not necessarily onboarded properly. So many, right?
Yeah.
It's the foundation. That's the foundation behind the purpose of whatever it is that you want to get married with.
Absolutely.
For. Then what did you build that from? And so
quicksand.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, on quicksand.
Exactly. Because, we always teach people, hey, have a foundation of God in your marriage, and your marriage shouldn't go wrong, right? Of course, you got to do the work and all. But the thing is that what's your basis on being together, right?
What's your
I saw your picture on Facebook, and you look cute. So I don't know, right?
But with all these filters that's on Facebook, it's social media pages. Are you the same person that you were?
You'll never be the same person because we change constantly.
I'm sorry. And you know what? I was thinking too, which is one of the main things that we realized with our counseling and I mean, it kind of came out, is that people go to work every day, so they spend more time outside of the house than they do in the house. So then when you're around this person 24/7, it's like,
it's an adjustment.
What do we do?
It's an adjustment for married couples that were married before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You are literally forced to stay within the confines of your home. Yeah. You, the kids, the husband, the wife, everybody's stuck. It's like, okay, now what?
Hey, Brian, let's leave them on a cliffhanger. Hey, guys, we're going to be right back after this short commercial break.
Hey, Brian and Velencia here with Gulf Coast Jewelz.
And we have a wonderful special for you guys that are listening to Love in Black. We're doing personalized jewelry and beads for 20% off. Make sure you guys use the code LOVEINBLACK to receive that special gift from your family at GC Jewelz.
And make sure that you guys follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Shop GC Jewelz. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Love in Black with Tory and Teri. We have Brian and Velencia Mason with us today. Listen, don't forget, for your relationship, marriage, and family counseling needs, go to iforeverwill.com and complete the free consultation form. We will respond.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, today's letter of the day is sponsored by Gulf Coast Jewelz, and they are here. And you guys saw the commercial earlier. All you got to do is mention Love in Black and receive a discount on the services that they offer, okay? So going into the letter, we are talking about married during COVID, right? And we did get a letter which prompted this particular subject. So let me go into the letter, then we're going to respond, all right?
All right.
All right, dear Tory and Teri, my husband and I met on a dating website during May of 2020 in the height of COVID. Despite not really knowing each other, we fell in love and became good friends. We decided to move in together since I lived across town and we wanted to be quarantined together. In October, he asked me to marry him and I said yes. Fast forward 10 months later, we have a beautiful little girl, but things are very ugly between us. He says he doesn't feel completely physically attracted to me. He says I am opposite of a woman that he imagined himself with, and it makes him uncomfortable. What? He says he loves my qualities, but it's outside of what he's used to being attracted to. I am so hurt and confused. I don't know what to do. Yesterday, he told me he wants a divorce and I should leave. Where can I go? I moved in with him and we got rid of my furniture and things. This isn't like him, as he is a very sweet guy, or was a very sweet guy. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. He barely looks at me and treats me like crap, but wants to have sex, and he really hasn't bonded with our daughter. Can you give me any advice on what to do? Run, Forrest, run. You know what? First of all, dude, you shallow, man. Remember what I said about getting, oh, you look good on your picture and everything. Let's hook up. And it ain't about looks.
When you marry somebody, you marrying the person, the person on the inside. The outside is gonna always change, y'all.
Always.
Just because they're beautiful today doesn't mean something bad can't happen tomorrow. But you're marrying the person within.
Amen.
It sounds like to me, just listening to the radio, listening to you, it sounds as if he's found someone else. It sounds like he's chose her for convenience. Maybe he needed some financial assistance, and she was the one that kind of helped give him the extra.
I don't think he found somebody else. I think dude just he realized, what the heck did I do? Now I got a kid. Oh my God. I think the reality of the situation hit him, right? And for what he said in the letter, those are just excuses.
Yeah, that's true.
It had nothing to do with her. Those were just excuses. But you don't look like the person I'm normally with. What? Come on now.
And and for me, that's like a red flag, because you married her. They could have shacked up, which, you don't have to co-sign on shacking up, but he married her.
Exactly.
And so it sounds like to me that there was some type of benefit that he needed in order to say, will you marry me? A man's just not gonna marry somebody just cause. He needed something and she gave it. Yeah. And I think that he was missing something, maybe financially. It had to have been about.
I think he thought he was gonna catch COVID. He didn't want to die alone. Seriously, man.
Yeah.
Melissa, what you got?
I know,
it's
right?
rough. It's rough. And then even the language that he used towards her, just the words are horrible. But she came and she was everything that you wanted and needed, and then you gave her a baby, and then you dumped her on the side of the road. After childbirth.
Ooh.
We all, at the end of the day, after childbirth is rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. So for those sisters that can bounce back.
So maybe she wasn't looking as good after the baby and all.
And then you put the baby in the dynamics, and you didn't vet one another. And then when you have a baby, it just changes the relationship completely. So now, who are we? What are we doing? Where are we going? Those are all questions that they have to ask themselves that they didn't build that foundation around in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So,
that's right. From a counseling standpoint, and because of the fact that I'm a counselor and I'm a woman and I have daughters, and my advice would be, what you start doing for you need to come up with a plan, because this is not serving you any good. This is not feeding your spirit or your soul, and it's toxic for your daughter. So you need to take care of you, because you're going to be her source. So you're going to have to do all those things that nurture you. Definitely seek counseling. Absolutely. First, don't walk, run, and get your counseling.
And it's not counseling for her marriage, counseling for herself.
I'm talking about for her. That's why I said this is about you coming up with a plan.
Exactly.
I know it's hurtful, and let me be one to say, I'm sorry that you're experiencing this, from an empathetic standpoint. But definitely, honey, you are lovely and wonderfully made, and you need to live your life as so. That's a toxic environment, and I would change it as soon as I could.
I'm going to kind of go forward a little bit and say that those of you that are planning on getting married and you just met someone, make sure, Valencia said earlier, make sure you vet each other. You have to find out about each other. And one of the things that I always tell our counselees, in the very first session, I don't care about love, right? What's your why? Obviously, you love the person because you want to marry them and things like that. But what's your why? Why do you like her? Why do you like him? Why do you want to be with him? What do they do that someone else can't do for you? Right. And that's spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You have to incorporate all those things. And then one of the things that I always say, whether we're on radio, television, or whatever, is if this person that you're looking to spend the rest of your life with, if they don't exhibit the fruits of the Spirit of God, they're not going to be good for you.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, this dude, when people tell you who they are, show you who they are, believe them. He was telling her and showing her who he is. And you're asking for advice. Thank you for the advice. We appreciate it. We thank you for sharing your truths. But the thing is that you already know what you have to do. Right? And the thing is, do it. Take action. Don't just sit there.
And real quick, a lot of people don't know how to do that. We do. I do. But not everyone feels equipped. And so what you want to do, that's why you want to seek counseling. And I don't know you really want to take your spiritual walk to another level and shift it into overdrive. Seek understanding. Get any reading that you can in so that you're able to use your alone time, especially you're going to need that with caring for a baby in your quiet time. Read, get your understanding, seek ways to move forward, upward, and onward. You're going to have to shift your spiritual walk into overdrive. Pray, ask God to open doors you never thought that you would have. Yep. And so that you're leading now with a momentum of encouragement and faith, relentless faith. I do believe that all will be well as long as you take the time to start to make the plan.
And you need to make him accountable for your child.
And I mean, and even with that, there's The Praying Wife by Stormy Martin. Hey, Stormy, your balance is high. You owe me. But listen, get with Stormy, read The Power of a Praying Wife. You'll learn a lot of things about yourself just the same in this. But you want to be very methodical in how you make your plan moving forward. And then seek yourself within, really go within and find out, what did I do? Ask yourself the questions. How did I contribute to this? Be honest with yourself. And then if you need to have that discussion with him, ask for forgiveness, but be honest with yourself and be upfront so that you're able to move again onward.
Exactly. You guys have any closing arguments?
You know what? I think it just really, it sums up what happened during COVID. Everything everybody said here at the table, it shows that just because I have a good relationship with God and she has a good relationship with God, doesn't mean that he's actually in the center of our marriage. And during COVID, we couldn't fellowship in the church. We couldn't do certain things. And so when you start certain habits, it starts to become a lifestyle. And if we're not going to church on Sundays or midweek service and we're just at home within each other, then we're making decisions based on how we feel, not necessarily on how we're being led by God.
Yes.
And so, we all make mistakes. Not to say that the marriage was a mistake. It can be fixed.
Yes,
but like you guys said, proper counseling and seeking God, it'll get you through.
Love that answer.
Yeah.
And it's just to piggyback off of what he said. Don't discount the marriage ministries at your local church, wherever it is. We've learned, we've learned a lot from other people's marriages in marriage ministry. So I wouldn't discount that. I hate that she has to go through what it is that she's going through. It's Women's History Month.
Unfortunately, she's not the only one.
I you know what? And this gonna bring shed light for us. We're gonna start putting those women and men in our prayers as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's why you have to have a plan, because of your daughter, you're gonna have to, but definitely don't discount the counseling. See if he'll even be willing to get it with you. And if not, definitely get your own. Definitely.
Yeah. And for me, the pressures of the pandemic have reminded us all too well of how short life is. So if you're thinking about marrying, if you're thinking about getting into a relationship because of the pandemic, I mean, certain tragedies and situations, bring on certain things about people, The only way, from a psychological standpoint, the only way that people change is to have a significant or an emotional event occur with them, and then they change. In this situation, they changed. Maybe they thought that their life was meaningful if they got married. Who knows? Vet these people. Vet, yourselves. When I say vet yourselves, look in the mirror at yourself. Why do I want to get married? Why do I want this person? I've only known him or her for this amount of time. Think about these things and then make a logical decision. And like the panel here said, include God in all those decisions.
Absolutely. And this is not to discount online dating whatsoever. Still, be responsible.
This is
Date
a new way.
responsibly and get your premarital counseling. If it's something you want to do, amen. We support you.
Yeah. All right. That's all we have for today. You guys shop GC Jewelz.
Yes. Shop GC Jewelz.
All right.
Love it.
Hey.
Have a great week, y'all. Right here. We're going to be right here. Don't forget, you can always contact us for your marital relationship, individual counseling, family counseling at iforeverwill.com. We'll see you next week right here on Praise 92.1 when 102.1 HD2. We love y'all. Make love, not war. Have a great week.
This episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri is brought to you by Gracie's Restaurant on Kirby Drive and the Carrabba's family of restaurants. If you would like to be a guest, sponsor, or advertise, contact us at info@loveandblackwithtoriandterry.com.